Greetings everyone, Wolf here with another episode of Minecraft. How's everyone doing? I hope they're doing really good. Well, the family is still sick. I was sick yesterday, and I did some recording. Unfortunately, while editing that, the clips, or at least one of the clips, I'm not really quite sure what happened to it. The video actually stopped working. While the audio continued, the picture was frozen in place. And unfortunately, the way I did the clips with yesterday's episode, or today's episode actually, because I recorded today's episode yesterday, of course, was that they kind of worked it together. So, unfortunately, that kind of ruined the rest of the clips. And so I'm kind of doing double duty here, where I'm trying to now make up for the loss of that video, which is probably a bit better because I'm feeling a lot better today than I was yesterday. Unfortunately, the rest of the family is pretty darn sick. It's we're getting into our winter. We're in our fall season right now. We'll be getting into our winter season soon, and we got the storms that are coming and hitting, and you know, all the nice little weather changes and stuff like that. It affects everybody, kind of makes people sick here and there. So I'm going to cover the information I did with the episode that kind of failed on me, so we don't lose any of that information. Basically, what happened was I started over here. Last episode, we were over at Duchess's new base location. And we helped her out with a couple of little things to get her, really going and stuff like that. And I came back here because we've kind of unfortunately ignored the community area a little bit, so we can set up shop with our little personal bases and everything like that. This is the community. The spawn area is off in the jungle that way a little bit. I'm starting to make a little platform now for when, just in case somebody spawns in without a bed or something like that, or whatever, and then hopefully a collection if that's a mushroom. I thought it was a creeper. If we fight the Ender Dragon and stuff like that, and anything falls in, I'll have a little collection there, so we don't lose nothing. Okay, so anyway, I came back here, and I needed to finish a couple projects up with the house. Like, primarily, I needed to get the glass in, which is what I did. So we now have glass inside our windows. We have a desert, so I can definitely get the sand for the glass. And I got it in. I went with the light gray. I didn't want to go with the black. I mean, I could have, but I wasn't too sure how that would really look on the inside. And I used gray a lot over by my base. And I even used the gray with Duchess's water tunnel for her XP farm. So I went with the light gray this time, and it kind of gives us almost a clear glass type texture. At least, though, see, this is the original texture, by the way, if you haven't figured that out. But it gives at least the least amount of problems with having these, like, blocks in the glass. That's the one block that really irritates me, is the glass textures. So, I mean, the new glass textures I like. A lot of the other blocks I don't, but hey. Okay, so anyway, let's show off the house here a little bit here. Alright, so we pretty much completed the outside part of this house. Alright, the roofs are in place, the glass is in place, the walls are in place. I tried to give us, different angles and whatnot on the roofs and stuff. I didn't slant the roofs or do any accents up there. I just went with just a straight roof because I had so many different angles and stuff going because I went everywhere I could. The only part that I'm not happy with right now is that. I'm still working in my head of what to do, and it just, I'm not sure. I just know I'm not happy with that huge, that's just, anyway, so we'll kind of forget that for now. I'm going to leave that in there so nothing comes in like a phantom or anything like that. And this is actually going to be like the front of the house. All right, that's the back over there, and so this is like the front, All right, and of course we'll have the horse stables once Leroy gets it all finished and stuff like that. We'll have that, and this is the one that has the least amount of angles on it, but I gotta fix the tree here because it was, I guess, a explosion. And of course, can't really get you a good angle, I don't think, on this side. Ooh. I fell, like always. Okay. I mean, you can kind of see where I kind of went with some of the angles and stuff like that. All right, so that so I finished that up, so we can finally have glass in there instead of having the dirt blocks there blocking things from getting inside. The inside of the house, though, is not really done just quite yet. All it is right now is just a place for our bed and a place for us to store our animals and stuff. All right. I mean, we've got our enchanting area, which we've had for quite a while. The brewing area, once we finally got our brew stands in. All right, we got that going. So, of course, the portal. That's that big rock thing that looks like where a potential chimney could go. All right. So, and then of course down here is the storage area. And what I also finished off, besides the glass, is this here. The tunnel is finally all the way down. Let's get down to the mine shaft area. This is the design I kind of went with, essentially like this, and it just follows on both sides all the way down. No holes now, so this just goes right down to level 11. And of course, I set up the mine shaft tunnels and stuff for everybody, and of course, this will take us down to bedrock. Bedrock's right underneath those blocks there. All right, and I'll finish off this room too. So that was 2 of the project I was working on. The third part of the project, with regards to here, is outside, which you pretty much already saw anyway. But let's get talking about it real quick. Let's get out of here, and it's going to be nighttime anyway. So one of the other things I wanted to do is I wanted to set up that the tree location into more of a kind of a farmish type setting. So what I did was I created these like little platforms. I got to kind of finish it off though. I'm still working on it. In which each platform will tell you what wood goes on top of it. Like here, oak, jungle, spruce, the birch, dark oak, and I got a little more tree planted, and then of course the acacia. And I kind of design things around here. Terraformed up just a little bit just to get the land back into place and whatnot. Took out some of those water holes that we had over here. So this is designed to give people they're at least a little bit of wood so they can do what they need to do. Help us out with trying to get saplings without losing too many of them. So if people need saplings and whatever. It's not the greatest farm for wood or saplings or anything. It's just a farm set up and designed to make sure everyone is able to get what they need and then move on. That's the whole idea behind the community area. This whole like initial farm stuff is to give everybody their basic crops. We have our basic animals and stuff. So whatever we need is here, basically. There's even a little section for the kelp, which is over here. And we'll clean this up, by the way. Okay, that's right there. All right. I got the night coming on, so let's kind of move on to the next segment, and we'll see what we got going on. All right, guys. I had another section here that I was thinking about, like maybe doing 2 stairs down and stuff, but that's kind of, I mean, really, it's redundant. I decided to do something different with this. So what I decided I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create a minecart elevator kind of like thing, where if somebody wants to put stuff in, they can, and they'll come up here and they'll drop it off into like a double chest or something like that. So. hope you guys enjoyed that little bit of flute music there. A little improv by me, of course. This is going to be a little bit different. Kind of doing a voiceover on the video. Normally I do the talking while I'm actually recording the video. Unfortunately, what I found out is while trying to build redstone, design, and essentially take care of Minecraft stuff and think at the same time what I had to say, it became a little too much for my mind, and I kind of rambled a little bit and jumped around. And well, anyway, I figured this was a better way of looking at things. And essentially, what we were doing here, like I said previously, is I was working on a elevator, a minecart elevator, essentially, to bring stuff up from the mineshaft area. So if you didn't want to carry it in your inventory, just drop it, throw the button or switch, and then send it up, and it'll store itself. I do kind of derp up here a little bit, but I corrected in the video, so no worries. Anyway, let me get over to some of the stuff that I wanted to originally talk about. The kidlets, the two younger ones, had a couple questions, two of which I guess it'd be a good idea maybe we can go over. And one of them is a really good question, actually, and an honest and fair question is, why do we have our personal bases if we have this community area, which is going to have pretty much the basic stuff that you need to get yourself started, get yourself set up, and everything like that. And like I said, that's an honest and fair question. It really is. There are multiple replies to that question, though. But the basic answer, or answers, that I can give you guys, and I've covered more of the answers with the kids, is that twofold. One is that the community area is just that. It literally is a community area. It's for all of us to come together with our ideas and meld together and play together. I mean, you'll probably see a lot of it is me building it, which is fine because I'm a little bit faster builder than the rest of the family is. But I go over all of this stuff with the family. I ask them their opinions. I says, do you want to do this? How does this look? Should we change this or whatever? And they give me their honest answers, which is what I look for. And trust me, my kids will definitely give me their honest opinions. So, which is actually probably a good thing in the long run. And it's good to get them involved like that because they can see that their input is directly influencing, and it's just a good thing. So that's the whole purpose behind the community area. The community area is not really designed for us to play out of per se. It's there to allow them, if they need something really quick, they can go there, grab it, replant or restock or do whatever they need to do, and then move on. And get on to their projects that they want to do. And the next part of that question, which is a little bit more complicated in its behind the scenes kind of stuff, is the recordings and the setups and stuff like that. The children are very busy. They've been back in school for a little bit, and that's one of the reasons why we really haven't recorded with the children just quite yet, because we wanted to see what their schedule would be. School is very important to my wife and I, for the children. And of course, kids are kids, and how their opinion of school is. But for us, it's very important. And we are not going to interfere with their education. And as much as we all want to record, and the children do want to record with us, school comes first. Always has and always will. So, that right there, meant we couldn't necessarily record with them before because we didn't know what the schedule was and we didn't want to hold anything up and stuff like that. But now that we understand what their schedule is, we can kind of see how things are going. We will be getting the kids on, and they will be recording with us soon. They've been biting they've been bugging, that's for sure. Dad, can we record? I was like, yeah, we will be recording. Let's get some of this other stuff out of the way first. This, our real life stuff, So, but they will be on shortly, and we look actually very forward to working with the children and stuff like that. So that's really the two basic answers to why we have personal bases and the community area. And as far as to kind of add on to the recording thing, I do a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and plus I do some recording, and I'm not always around with the family because they're off doing their own things. Even me and the wife don't always get a chance to record because she's busy with her own stuff, which is fine. That's fine and dandy. So I work on my personal projects so I can continue on with the series, and that's how things go from there. And that's really all the. There's a couple other subtle things in there, but nothing that we really need to go over or cover or anything like that. So it's not really a big deal. And of course, the next question is I kind of answered it. Is that hey Dad, when are we going to record together? Well, as I said, soon. Now that we do know what the children's schedule is, and we know that recording won't interfere with their schoolwork or their personal lives, because besides school, the children do have personal lives. They have other things they like to do outside of outside of school, of course, and outside of doing Minecraft and everything, and other stuff. I mean, we've talked about doing other type of videos and everything, so it will be coming. It is going to be coming. So just bear with us as we basically, piece together exactly how our schedules will work out and everything like that. So that's pretty much the two basic questions I wanted to cover real quick, and and see that you guys understand, so what's going on with the Family Derpcraft series. All right, and as far as the series goes, we've melded the three series of the Family Derpcraft itself with the Noob Sauce, which is the learn beginning Minecraft, and the Couple Craft, which me and my wife were doing. We basically decided it wasn't worth having three separate worlds for the video. So we decided we're going to have this one world, and we'll kind of meld it all together. Because I got to teach the family anyway certain things, so that'll be part of the Noob Sauce. Me and the wife will be doing the recording, so that's the Couple Craft. And why not just do it in one world and make it easier on ourselves and for everybody else, and less confusing? So, all right, guys. So that's pretty much the gist of it. I know this is extremely like a talky kind of thing, but hopefully it's not too bad. All right. All right, let's kind of get back to the build here. All right, everybody. This was obviously a bit of a talky episode. A little bit different than how I normally do my episodes, and but I needed to get a little bit of information out, and with everybody being a little sick, it kind of changed things up a little bit. But anyway, let me finish this up here because I put in the elevator. Alright, so let's test it out. Basically what you're going to do is you're just going to take whatever you want, drop it into this minecart with a chest, not a hopper. When I started with a hopper, but I of course switched it over to the chest. And then, of course, there's a power rail here, so you power the rail, and it'll send it up to the chute to get up to the top. Okay, now that we're up here, what happens is it comes all the way up here, and I'll come over here to this hopper with a power rail on top of it. Since there's something in the chest, as you can see, it's coming out, the circuit here depowers the rail and sets this system up, and there it goes. Once it's empty, it goes back down to where we set it. What happens is it'll come up here, deactivate this power rail, and empty out the cart into this hopper. Alright, now, I kind of forgot that if you don't do this type of a setup where you put a chest underneath the hopper, it'll come up, take a couple items out, but if you put another hopper on here, that hopper will pull them out quick enough that it'll repower the system and send your cart back down. So make sure to put a hopper and a chest so that the system stays turned off until everything is out of the minecart hopper. Minecart chest. So anyway, how the circuit basically works is it detects that there's a value going into this hopper. As you saw, there was one item in there. So that gives out a signal strength of at least one pulse. And we set the comparator to a subtract mode. And what happens is it will detect an item going in here and then filter down into the chest. That's where the diffraction comes in. So what it'll do then is, you see over here, it'll turn off this redstone torch, which will then turn off this line of redstone that's up here, which is powering this redstone rail. Alright? And basically what happened is, until everything's out of that chest, that line will stay unpowered. Once it's empty, there's no signal to come through this hopper, this will turn all back on, reactivate that rail, and since it's up against a solid block, it'll kick that cart back in the direction we want it to go in. Alright, so now this allowed me to, I gotta redo this a little bit from something in the beginning, which is fine, because like, this actually gives me a little bit of a way to have an extra storage other than a double chest. Alright guys, so essentially that's basically the whole gist of everything. Alright, good, it's really simple, easy, it works, it's functional. Give me back me stone, give me 2 pieces of wood. Let's do this, and I'll figure out what to do with here to make it look like something. Alright guys, so anyway, that's pretty much it for today, for this episode. As always, thank you for watching, thank you for supporting, really do appreciate it. And y'all take care now. Bye.